fashion. And after years of not being able to find it, it sort of just pops into my head. This is what you should do. And I guess now it's 5 years later. Here we are.
So as far as lingerie is concerned and hosiery is concerned, why do you think this is so simple? It's so easy. It could all be so simple. It's just a change in color. Why do you think that there hasn't been a company before yours to come out and alter the definition of nude?
I get asked that question so many times. I mean, the honest answer is I don't know. I can only speculate. But if you think about most of the large, lingerie and hosiery companies, most large companies anyway, they aren't owned or run by people who would have the experience of waking up and putting on a pair of tights, or needing a new bra to wear under a shirt, and the color doesn't match. And so I don't even know if it's necessarily an issue of purposeful exclusion, but just not having people whose reality reflects that being in positions that are making those decisions.
Well, it doesn't even necessarily have to be somebody that's in that position that owns the company, because I've personally been a part of like test studies and surveys and research, and you'd think that this would come up in conversation as a problem.
You would think, but it wasn't there, and so I don't know why. But I think it's the reaction that I've had, and just the number of women who've said thank you. For myself, quite frankly, being able to have my need is incredibly is great.
So we are on the line with Ade Hassan. She is the founder of Nubian Skin, a different kind of nude. If you have any questions, please give her a call, 617-282-0062. Some of these colors, or I'd like to call them flavors because they're not even labeled as colors. The classic lace push-up bra is called berry, caramel, cinnamon, and they are in all different types of strapless and over the shoulder, and you have a whole brand, a whole line that mirrors, we can't say their name because they don't pay us, but Vicky's. How have you fared in competition with them? Or do people put you in that category?
Well, I mean, they're, a huge multinational, global company. So there isn't really a comparison when it comes down to it. We're a startup basically that was, signed up for myself and is run by an incredibly small team. So I think company-wise, we don't really compare. But we are punching above our weight because there's just a whole group of people who do need this product who've been ignored. And so, they've been incredibly good to us. Our customers are who sustain us. So, yeah, we're grateful for that.
So, again, I'm still on the bra aspect of the website. And if you want to head over to the website, it's nubianskin.com. It'll then prompt you whether or not you want to stay in the U.S. or step outside to the UK. Please make sure you stay in the US because your shipping will be ridiculous if you don't do so. One of the things that I went ahead and posted all this information prior to our conversation, and a question that came up is, you don't have my bra size. Is there an option for me?
Absolutely. I mean, even before we launched, women were giving us feedback that we need to expand our size range. And as a small company, it is, and dealing with minimums of production, that's definitely something that we've always had in mind. We have a little link next to all of our products that say, if you can't find your size, please click here, because we launched the More Sizes campaign even prior to launching, and that was basically a survey to let us know what sizes we didn't have that women wanted, so that we could build that in intelligently and effectively. And so we've had such an amazing response to that. And by the summer, we will be launching our fuller bust range. So that will be, double D plus. It will be a UK, E, S, double S, and G. And I think that's good. That's basically US I cup, if I conversing correctly. And so, we hear that loud and clear. We also just launched our curve range of hosiery, which goes up to a 3XL, because that was something that so many women were like, oh my goodness, finally I can wear hosiery, I can wear pantyhose in my own color. But then they were like, well, for some women they couldn't fit into small, medium, large, and so we've expanded that up to 3XL.
So I am a mom. I'm a mom. And I have a question about, the fact that there's no representation for our young girls. Do you plan on coming out with a line for maybe the preteens so they too can feel confident in their own skin?
We have so many designs, so many things that I would be doing if I could just, sort of snap my fingers and get it done. So there's so many projects that we want to work on and that we will work on. We just need the time and, quite frankly, the money to get there. But it's definitely all to come, slowly but surely.
And that comes through support, you guys. This comes through support. So the more we go ahead and step up and support, I'm talking to all my ladies. I'm talking to all my men that have women in their life. Mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, nubianskin.com. Head over to the website. It's on Wake Up with Tayla Andre. It's on Instagram, Twitter. And one of the questions that I personally had is when you go under lingerie, that is the panties and bras. But do you plan on coming out with a lingerie of like risque outfits?
Obviously, as I said before, there's so many things we'd love to do. It's just a matter of growing responsibly. Because, I think quite a lot of companies have a lot of buzz around them and success, but then the underlying actual sound business foundation isn't there. And so we're very, very, very careful about making sure that we're here for the long run. Again, lots of things in the pipeline, lots of things we'd like to do. We just need to make sure we do them at the right time.
Absolutely. We do have a call on the line. If you have any questions for Ade, if you have any questions about Nubian Skin, the new nude, listen, I've had this problem. Nude doesn't look like nude on me. It looks like something sheer and bright and white and creamy. So I love and appreciate the fact that there is a pantyhose that you can put on, bra, panty that you can put on that is nude, that you can put under a slip, that you can put under a sheer shirt and have it actually blend in instead of having it look white and creamy and see-through, poking through a sheer shirt, that is. So if you have any questions, please give us a call, 617-282-0062. Good Rising Caller, you're live.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Super fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I think the child line is a good idea if that's what she comes up with. But as the guys who have nieces and daughters, would it be a conservative look? Because it's one thing to make a market for someone that's 26, grown woman. But when I've seen some young girls, thank God not in my family, with certain outfits, I'm like, that's just a little bit over the top. I'm saying, is there a market for for them to put out stuff that's tasteful, that a young girl would want to wear, but doesn't make her look like she's going to work at a strip club?
So let me quickly ask you if you've been to the website. Because if you've been to the website, then you know for a fact that there's nothing risque. There's nothing on there that is disrespectful to any of our women. And it's panties and bra sets that are in the color of nude that look like you. Or may look like the cinnamon complexion, caramel complexion, latte complexion, and the hosiery, the stockings, the what are those, knee highs? Just that's all it is. It's not, Fredericks of Hollywood. It's nothing crazy like that. So if you want to go ahead and go to the website, it's nubianskin.com. But Ade, if there's anything else you'd like to add.
Our campaign was the fact that it showed, women of color as they are. It wasn't hypersexualized. It wasn't, fetish. It was just, this is us, this is who we are. We love our body. This is our skin color, and we're proud of it. It's never, my goal isn't to sort of, be to objectify women. It's just to celebrate them. And so anything that we would do going forward would always be in that vein.
Did you have, we no longer have him pulled up. So I have another question for you. This is from Anonymous that says, I didn't see any thongs on the website. Hold on. I was about to say, because I saw some. Just go to panties, baby. So if you go to nubianskin.com, maybe you were looking in the wrong area. If you go to the lingerie, the lingerie portion, there's on the left-hand side, it says bras and panties. If you go down to the panties, you can see where the, and even on the side, you can pick a thong. So they have everything. Now, as far as material is concerned, they look like they're, what are they called? They don't dig into your skin. They don't have the elastic. They're like the seamless. What is the, can you explain a little bit with the material and the wear, the wash? How long will they last?
Yeah, of course. They are all, besides the lace, all seamless and bonded. So it's sort of a really nice, clean finish, which, was one of our goals, disappear under clothing. With clothes, they'll last as well as you treat them, essentially. With lingerie, it's always recommended to hand wash and line dry. A lot of people don't have the patience for that. They should do that if they want their lingerie to last a while. They need to keep after their take care of their clothes. But you can, if you are going to put it in the washing machine, then please put it in a lingerie bag, at a mild temperature, and never, ever, 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 ever put it in the dryer, because that just ruins the elastic of the fibers.
So I'm so guilty, Ade. I'm so guilty. Are you supposed to wash all of your undergarments and hang dry them? All of them?
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm so guilty.
If you like your lingerie, do not put it in the dryer, especially not your bras, because then you've got the wire and you've got the straps, and those will get twisted and bent out of shape because they're not meant to go in such high heat.
So I feel like a total and complete idiot. I so do. Ade, I can't tell you. I've been guilty of this. Just throw it in the dryer. I don't. You make me feel some type of way, Ade. I gotta check myself. I really do. So I have a really dumb question. So not all of us have mothers that taught us the rights and wrongs, and apparently mine did not. So I do have a question between the difference of a pantyhose, a stocking, and a thigh high. Now I know the thigh high stops at the thighs, but what is the difference between a pantyhose and a stocking? Because I just thought it was like the Northerners versus the Southerners just use different wording.
I mean, I can only speak to my knowledge because I'm also bringing a UK component, so maybe it's all mixed up. But generally speaking, panties or tights, those are the ones that you sort of pull up and they have a waistband. Thigh highs generally
strap at the thighs,
a silicone band, so they stay up on their own. And stockings, don't have those. Generally, you want like a little like a garter, to keep them up. So they wouldn't necessarily stay up on their own. That's my interpretation.
So the stocking and the thigh high is the same thing. So the thigh high stockings are one thing.
Stay up on its own. So it's got little silicone bands to sort of keep the band up on your thigh without needing the garter belt.
And these sizes too will increase over time.
Launch the curved pantyhose, so we're going to see the reaction to that before seeing if we're going to expand into other areas.
What would be, as far as remedies, or if you get any type of runs, do you guys have a special stocking or a special pantyhose that doesn't run, or do you guys equally run like every other pantyhose, every other stocking?
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't have run-resistant hosiery, and so you do have to be careful with it. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't so kind to their hosiery, and so it does tend to run because, you know, if you've got your toenails aren't perfectly filed, that will probably snag them. You know, if your nails are a bit, you know, if they're not smooth, you know, it's easy to catch them on things. So you just have to be really careful. You know, it's a delicate fabric. You sort of treat it like you would treating a delicate silk shirt when you put it on. It's sort of, you have to be careful.
Okay. So one of the things that I would like to discuss is your business model, your business plan as a whole. So prior to you setting up the website for Nubian Skin, reaching out to vendors and figuring out how to make this a reality, can we go back into when this was just an idea? So walk us through this, because a lot of it, we have ideas, Ade. We have ideas, we have, you know, things we want to do, we have business plans, we haven't moved forward with them. And in your story, this was your problem at one time where you were just like, you know, I'll do the corporate world thing. And then you stopped and said, you know what? It was a birthday card that said, live your life the best way you know how. Live your life to the fullest, to your heart's desire. And that turned on a switch for you. Like, I'm not doing what I love. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I mean, I came up with the idea when I was consulting and I wasn't enjoying that particular job. And I came up with the idea and I thought, you know, this is it. This is what I want to do. And then I knew that I needed to basically make more money because that's always the first thing that you need to think about. And so I switched my jobs and went back into finance so that I'd be able to save more. And, you know, you get caught up in that. You get caught up in buying nice things. You get caught up in having a nice, visible income. But also, you know, I liked my job. I was into it. So it is easy to get distracted. You know, and as you said, I told a friend about it. And the next year I got a birthday card and said, it's time to start living the life you've always imagined. And, you know, the next day I registered the company, just registered trademarks, and it was go from there. It took another year and a half till we launched. But yeah, that was a defining moment for me. And I think first of all, it's important to realize that not everybody should be an entrepreneur. Some people can tolerate the risk and some people can't. I think it's you kind of figure out, you know, what your personality is and what your risk tolerance level is. But then, yeah, I think everybody sort of has someone who's pushing them and supporting them, you know, and also you kind of just have to be very, very determined about it because, you know, it is hard. And I think I had the benefit of naivety. I had never started a business before. I was ignorant, and that would probably work in my favor because, you know, it is so much harder than you could ever realize. And so maybe if I had known exactly how hard it was, maybe that would have scared me. But I didn't. So I took the risk and I took the plunge.
Let's talk about these risks as an entrepreneur. And you're absolutely right. Not everybody can be an entrepreneur because there are risks and it is hard and it is difficult. But talk us through this risk. And the reason why is because here in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, we feel as if we have the land of opportunity. The best schools, the best corporations, the best companies, organizations are here. We are the melting pot of greatness, I would like to say, because I'm a Bostonian. But one of the things that we don't have enough of are entrepreneurs that are in our community, Ade. Enough entrepreneurs that are successful and succeeding and living the life that they've always dreamed. So I really want to touch on the heartstrings of those that are business owners that have great ideas, but don't know how to implement these ideas into actually formulating companies that are international. Did I lose you, Ade? Hello, Ade? Did I lose you? Uh-oh, I think we lost her, y'all. She's all the way in the UK calling in. Lord have mercy. Hopefully she'll call back. Nubianskin.com. Talk to me, you guys. How many times, ladies, grandmothers, aunties, how many times have you went to the store looking for new, girl, give me a queen? And it doesn't work out for you. You got that sheer cream colored, but it's not nude. I can't tell you how many problems I have, even though I am so ignorant to this womanly world. I can admit that. I am ignorant and lost when it comes to things. For crying out loud, I've been washing and drying my panties and bras, so you know how lost I am. I really do think that goes to how much and how important it is to have a relationship with the woman in your life. I think sometimes as teens, we fall into this, it's not cool to have a relationship with your parents. It's not cool to be respectful to our elders. It's not cool to show and share the love that you have with our elders. And so we get so stuck in our ways that we fall apart in things that we should be learning. Maybe if I had a relationship with more women in my life, I would know these things. Hi, Ade, we got you back. Okay, so what I was asking you was about making your dreams come true and dealing with the risk and touching on the heartstrings of the entrepreneurial spirit of listeners that just have not made it over the hump, have not said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take this risk. I really want to speak to those that are contemplating moving forward, but really need that push.
So I think every business is different. So there are multiple risks, and everybody's situation is different. Some people have mortgage, some people have kids, some people don't, some people make any money. So, you know, every single situation is different. Any idea, if you do decide that you go for it, I think you have to not 110% confident in what you're doing, you know, and done the research and put the legwork in to make sure that you're spending your time on something that's worthwhile. And then secondly, be able to work so much harder than you'd imagine. I mean, you can plan for worst case scenario, and I can guarantee you it will be so much worse than that. And so much, you know, you have to be comfortable with the fact that if that does happen, then you're fine. You know, if you are have disposable income anymore, are you happy to do that? Are you happy to, you know, maybe pay staff while you can't pay yourself? You know, there's just a lot of things that you need to consider to what you're willing to sacrifice, because if anything makes you go, actually, I don't really want to do that, then you should probably take a step back. But if those things, you know, if you think, you know what, I can do it no matter what, then definitely go for it, take the leap and run with it.
And don't be afraid to fail, and don't be afraid to fall down.
So you need to get very, very comfortable with it. Yeah? I think a lot of people who start businesses tend to be, you know, quite determined or have been successful, and it's realizing that you won't always be successful and you will make so many mistakes. You know, I mean, but at the end, it's sort of picking yourself back up and going, keep going.
You are absolutely beautiful. I just wanted to tell you that. And I am so blessed to have you call in today to discuss with us Nubian Skin. Really quickly, as far as, so with you being international, growing up in the UK, Nigeria, Middle East, United States, as far as undergarments are concerned, we have this notion, Ade, that people in Africa are walking around butt naked, that they're wearing
have that notion.
So here in America, we do. I want to say that we are one of the most ignorant countries ever. When you talk about Africa, we don't know about the beautiful beaches. We don't know about the beautiful people. We don't know about the amazing rainforest. These are the things that we are not, these are images that we're not shown. So we don't know. And when it comes to undergarments, are women all over? Because you've been, well, I have a big problem with the Middle East. You've been to Northern Africa. You've been in Nigeria, which is also in Africa, the UK, and United States. Are women all over the country the same? Do we want the same things? Are we seeking the same things?
So much of it's personal preference. There are women everywhere in the world who appreciate, good underpinnings, just as there are women who probably don't care in every country. But I would say, women take pride in what they wear. No matter what it is they have on the outside, people take pride in taking care of their bodies. And, it's everywhere you go, people care about fashion, even though fashion trends and fashion customs might be different. People care. And so, yeah, absolutely. Everywhere. I mean, we get emails from people in Nigeria, South Africa, Dubai, Korea, Brazil, just saying thank you. Love what you're doing. And so women absolutely everywhere. I think people take pride in that, and everybody has a personal preference, but whatever that preference is, people definitely care.
We just got anonymous. You guys can hit us up. This isn't anything bad. This isn't anything sexual. It's just hosiery, just panties, underwear, stockings. You guys don't have to just hit me up anonymously. 617-282-0062. Question is, are these nylons stockings? Well, forgive me because I'm ignorant to, is there any other type of stocking? Like, is nylon the only material, or are there other materials as well that can be used?
So the hosiery is polyamide and elastane. So we use lycra, and they're just synthetic fibers. I think nylon's a brand name, lycra's a brand name. But generally speaking, most hosieries made from those synthetic fibers, and all of that information is on our website if people want to look it up.
And one more time, give them the site, give them the email address. How can they reach you? How can they order? And these are semi-reasonably priced.
For us, when I speak about punching above our weight, the cost when you're a small company is so much higher than any of the big companies to actually manufacture. But it was really important for me that it be relatively affordable, while still trying to make somewhat of a profit. And so, yeah, we haven't gone crazy with the pricing. It's all available at nubianskin.com/US. But we're also in Nordstrom online and in store, and several boutiques across the US. But we have all the Stockists listed on our website. But yeah, definitely check us out, because we appreciate the support. We appreciate, lovely people like you having us on the show to talk about it and just taking an interest.
I'm more than interested. It's Black History Month. One of the things that I would like to do is highlight businesses of people of color that are doing things outside of the box. This is definitely outside of the box. Panty and hosiery line, strictly catering to nude. Like, you don't have, it's not a panty and underwear line for women of color. It's like nude, just nude. And I think that touches on the fact that you found a problem and you found a way to fix that problem. And that is your niche. And I thank you for that. We had another question as far as she partially answered my question about boutiques. How do I, if I want to be involved or sell her products, how do I get involved?
That's easy. You can send us an email at sales@nubianskin.com, and then we will respond to you if you give us the details of your shop.
Did you hear that? And does it matter to you if it's a man or a woman, or Anybody? Or what about if they're here in the US and they have an online store?
We sort of look at it on a case by case basis. We want to make sure that the people selling our things are, represent our brand properly, because our brand image is incredibly important to us. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We just, we're very keen on working with businesses, small businesses and large businesses have been huge supporters of us, and so we obviously are very keen to.
So again, the website is nubianskin.com. That baby that just called, give me a call back, 617-282-0062. Ade, I just want to ask you one last question. Where have you been all our lives? It's 2016. We're just now finding out about this. I don't even feel like people wear stockings like they used to. And do you know how many grandmothers are probably wishing they had access to your line 20, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago?
Well, it's never too late to start, so they can start now.
Absolutely. Nubianskin.com. Ade, I want to thank you. Is there any way that we can do any type of giveaways to our listeners?
So we can discuss.
Absolutely. If any of you ladies are interested, give me a call. If this is something that you want to try, I think this is an amazing opportunity. You can also order here in the US. I'm going to see if we can get Faith Naturals to sell some of these on her website, because I think it's an awesome company that you would find attractive to gear your line in. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. And I'll put a few people in touch to see if we can bring them here in Boston and maybe have a Nubian Skin hub right here. That would be awesome.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. One last question. I'm so sorry. What about a storefront, Ade? Have you ever thought about having a storefront here in America? Because I could see this being on Newbury, somewhere downtown. And just sort of how I can't think of the name of the other company that only sells bras and panties, but I think this would be awesome to have a storefront here in Boston.
Love to have a storefront everywhere. But, again, it's about growing intelligently, making sure that we don't run before we walk. But yeah, we definitely, hope business goes well and hope that we continue to invest and do big things.
I thank you so much, Ade. If you guys don't have any more questions for Ade, I'm going to let her go. She is thousands of miles away, but we do love and appreciate you for calling in and informing us of this awesome company. Oh, we got a question, Ade. We got a question. 617-282-0062. Good rising, caller, you live.
Oh, with me, Victoria.
No, I didn't mean that one. They don't pay us. I meant there is another store that solely sells, because Vicky's also sells clothes and other items, but there's a store that solely is geared towards women, and they only sell bras and they only sell panties. No. We're talking about Nubian Skin. Nubian Skin was created by Ade Hassan, and she makes a different kind of nude. So a nude that fits a mocha, a nude that looks like a caramel, or actual nudes that look like our nude and not the beige, creamy, white nude.
What's the name of the site?
The name of the site is nubianskin.com. I went ahead and posted it online. We posted it a few days ago. We posted it yesterday. I just posted it again probably about 6 minutes ago. So it's right on the top of Facebook, right on the top of Twitter. And I'll go ahead and send the link again on Instagram. So I really thank you, Reggie B. Love and appreciate you. Even if you guys don't purchase anything today, please take a look at the site, fill your basket, and go back and visit on a regular basis, because new products will be rolled out, and if they don't have your size, just have a little patience. Do we know, Ade, when those big girl sizes will be available?
Yeah, of course, we're aiming for summer.
By summer, ladies, get them summer bodies right. Again, one more time, Ade, I want to thank you. I love you. Or I appreciate you. Nubianskin.com, the different kind of nude. You got any closing remarks for our listeners?
Just thank you for your support. Thank you for caring about the brand, because that's what's put us on the map, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I hope we definitely are putting you on the map here in the Northeast and across the globe. V from Tennessee, you're going to tell these ladies about nubianskin.com. Thank you, Ade. We love and appreciate you, and I hope to have you back probably in the next 6 to 8 months so we can see how the company's doing, how the business is doing, and when you roll out the big girl line in the summer, I'll be a part of that. Thank you. You guys, what I would like to know is what other businesses are hidden gems? Because this is how I feel like Nubian Skin, a different kind of nude, is a hidden gem. One of those companies that we've been searching for, one of those companies that we've been dying for, but one of those companies that we've completely did not know existed. Nubian Skin, a different kind of nude. Do you know how many times, how many problems women have had not having a nude that looks like them? Not having a stocking that fits their skin tone. I know the men are like, Tayla, are you serious? But there's ladies that are like, do you know how long I've been looking for something like this? I'm sick of buying mocha chocolate $2.88. It still doesn't fit. It's like a foundation. So I'm not a makeup queen. I know nothing about makeup. Give me some chapstick and I'm good. But I do know that it's important to find your foundation that matches your skin. As equally as it is important to find stockings that match your skin, especially when you plan on wearing certain outfits. It doesn't look cute when your stockings are a different color than your skin. Matching, pairing, foundation. For me, somebody looking on the outside in, they kind of go hand in hand. What other companies do we have, not only here in Massachusetts, but anywhere across the globe? And that's one of the things that I try to do. Oh, yes. Shout out to Anonymous. Yes. Lady Grace. Somebody's listening. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. What other companies do we have that are hidden gems? And like I said, it doesn't have to be here in Massachusetts. And one of the things that I wanted to focus on, the fact that Nubian Skin is based overseas. Ade is in UK. One of the things that I wanted to touch on or wanted to expose you guys to was you don't have to stay here in the US. You don't have to ship solely here. Shop solely here. There's so many companies all over the globe. For instance, you remember that car company I told you about? Yeah, it might be about $30,000 to ship it. But you have options. There are options out here. It's Black History Month. There are companies that are Black owned that we know nothing about. I have a friend in Alabama who is connected. And connected in the sense of that the website buyblack.com, and he connected me with a few people. Coming to find out, one of the things that I've had a problem with was toilet paper. Was finding a toilet paper company that was sustainable, somebody who cared about the environment, somebody who actually, maybe looked like me, owned a company that looked like me. Because I know Reggie B and I have spoken about buyblack.com and supporting your community and buying in your neighborhood. Tissue and household products have been a problem for me. I still have to go to the big box stores to get these little things, even though I try to frequent as often as I can our small businesses in our community instead of giving money to corporations that are buying lobbyists and politicians that are then voting for something or things that do not represent the things that we need nor want. This puts the power back in your hands. When you're able to dictate where your dollar goes and how it's spent and how many times it rotates within the community. This is what creates wealth. This is what creates legacies. So I feel comfortable and confident and buying into a company that is building a legacy versus buying into a company that's altering policy. I hope somebody's with me. Can I get an amen? Ashe? Anonymous said there are companies all over the city. Tayla, you would not imagine. There might be a company right here that makes toilet paper. I would love it if I could go down the street and buy toilet paper right here instead, because I said, sure enough, buy some toilet paper from out of state. Don't judge me. I went to buyblack.com. They have toilet paper on there, and I bought some toilet paper because I felt like I wanted to buy into a company that had my best interest at heart. There's nothing wrong with that. 617-282-0062, Garage and Caller, you live. How are you? Shut your radio off for me, Takwa.
Yes, I turned it off. Listen, there's also a Freedom Paper Company out of Baltimore, I believe, FTC.com. Just set up a distributorship in Boston, and you have black toilet paper here, and as well as all the other paper products, the paper towels, the feminine napkins, all the paper products that we use. But on another note, you were talking earlier about the mosquito virus.
Right? Zika.
Right. And, you know, most of these diseases, as you say, they blame it on some green monkey or African monkey, whatever. And you know these diseases always happen where black people and people of color live. How come these diseases never pop up in Europe? Right? Now you got a biochemical lab right down on Albany Street next to the Flower Exchange with the total insects too. They have a whole insect department in there. You know, where they got insects and bugs, where they practice the experiment with having insects and bugs carry pathogens and diseases.
Hold on, pause, Takwa, pause. Hold on, what? We here in Massachusetts, here in Boston, we have one of those?
On Albany Street, next to the Flower Exchange, is a biochemical lab, and that's what they toy with in there. Now, this gonna peel the weight back. Now, I saw online a nanotech mosquito that wasn't a mosquito at all. It was a little nanotech device. The head was a camera, and the stinger was a hypodermic needle. Now we got what's the name of that virus? It's got about the mosquitoes. That sounds real suspect to me.
Lord have mercy. All right, so there's a video, secret insect spy drones. I'm going to go ahead and post this video on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. Yes, Takwa. Hold on, Takwa. Don't scare me today, boo. I don't want...
This rider was dead, and hell followed close behind, and it was given, the rider was given the power to kill 1/4 of humanity with death and disease and pestilence and the sword.
Okay, excuse my ignorance, because I'm not well versed in the Bible, in the Bible. Could you please repeat that?
Revelation 6:8. And I looked, and behold, I saw a pale horse, and its rider was death, and it was given power to kill 1/4 of humanity with the sword, and with death, and with diseases, and with the beasts of earth. Revelation 6:8. It's in the book. Go look it up.
So I'm going to tell you, there's this website called snoops.com, and they basically break down every lie that ever existed. And what they're trying to say is this nano super spy drone that takes pictures, takes DNA samples, leaves diseases, does not exist. This is the snoops.com that tries to debunk all of these floating lies on the internet.
COINTELPRO doesn't exist either.
They'll tell you that what?
They'll tell you that COINTELPRO doesn't exist either.
I feel so ignorant this morning. What is that, Takwa?
Right.
Oh, the counterintelligence program.
Yes, it's a program set up by J. Edgar Hoover to spy on black organizations and infiltrate them and destroy them from within.
Hold on, but I thought that they came clean with that. I thought that was a known fact.
But I mean, once upon a time, they would say there was no such thing.
Okay, Takwa, now that I have you on the phone, I have to ask you a really dumb question. And I know this has absolutely nothing to do with hosiery. This has nothing. Okay, so this is a question. This is a smart question because it's about to be asked. So, Takwa, we've been to the moon one time, but yet it takes 72 hours, aka 3 days, to get there. Why are we not having moon excursions every weekend?
I don't know. Maybe they're not satisfied with the moon. They want to go to Mars now. They want to build space stations up there.
I honestly thought I was going to get a more complex answer than that. I thought you were going to have the answer, Sway.
I don't have the answer, but there's been speculation that, all that was set up like a science fiction movie, like, staged in Hollywood and never went up there. I've heard that argument, but
I've heard that argument too, and that's why those that traveled into space also have Hollywood stars.
On the Hollywood Walker.
Yes, Takwa, they got Hollywood stars, and they're bigger than all the other stars.
Oh, wow.
Message. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out there. But that was the answer that I was looking for because that it was a Hollywood movie. That's why we never been back. If that's the case, because what's his name? Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile, Virgin everything. He was trying to have like $1 million tours that take you out of space. You get to gravitate and levitate and float around and then take pictures of Earth from miles away and then come right back. But if we've been to the moon, please call me 617-282-0062. If we've been to the moon and we send these big ass jumbo everythings into space, I just saw a photo of this huge, it's like 6 airplanes into one. They're about to send that into space so they can go ahead and start setting up on Mars so they can leave us. And I'm thinking, like, why haven't we been back? If we've already went and it's nothing, and Richard Branson wants to send people up in space for $1 million so you can float around and take pictures of Earth, why not have weekend excursions to the moon? Honeymoons. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Had a silly moment, but I'm so serious though. I am.
Well, the rover took pictures of pyramids and sphinxes on Mars, right?
You know what? I have seen that, Takwa, and it's so hard to believe because it's not like I can just hop on a spaceship and just go and take a picture and say, hey, here it is, because they can always distort pictures and say, hey, that's not really what it is. It's just a formation of rocks, and your imagination just sees that.
Jedi mind trick. You're not looking at what you're really seeing. But wherever they go, we've been there, done that.
I'll leave that alone. I don't want to leave it alone. I really do want to talk about it, but we have 7 minutes, and I don't think we don't have enough time to cover all that because we've actually had Steve in here. Steve Wilson, is that his name? Steve was in the building. He was talking about Mars and what they found on Mars. We also had an African man born in here talking about the spaceships and the motherships and the planet X and this new freaking planet that they just found. How do you just find a planet that you've been knew about but just now want to tell the public about?
aerobics, you know, us flying, you know, planes and everything. So.
And I hate the way that that's never been explained. And you know, you can't just go into the pyramids today and look at the hieroglyphs. You may be able to look at a few pictures through a book, but you can't look at it firsthand accounts, touch them, smell them, see them. Skin get lighter and lighter, lighter. You know, they went from Michael Jackson to the new Michael Jackson.
They went from broad noses to pointed noses, right? It's doctor and everything.
Or no noses at all, if you want to talk about the saints. But, you know, Takwa, I love having conversations with you. I know we're completely off topic right now because we're supposed to be talking about hosiery, Takwa, not the moon and the Mars.
We went from nanotech mosquitoes to, but definitely research that Bioterra lab on Albany Street. That's what's up in there.
See, what's crazy to me is why would you have it right next to a hospital?
Really did get it big fun, baby.
Okay, listen, Takwa, I'm not in the mood to be conspiracy theorist today. Yes, I am. Oh my.
Shelter right down the street, you know, you can pay homeless folks to volunteer for anything because they, you know, got no money. Give them 3 hots in the cot and you have them up in the lab and make them human guinea pigs.
Takwa, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you, Takwa. I love and appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day today. Takwa got me thinking about 1,000,001 things I don't want to think about today. I already don't sleep at night, Takwa. Thank you. We have another call on the line. Go rise and call you live.
Hi, good rising, Tayla. I just wanted to confirm what Takwa was saying. I do work very close to there, and there is a lab there. I'm surprised you didn't know that. A couple of years ago, people were protesting that. They didn't want that bio lab opening there. But it is there. So look into it.
So I knew there was a lab. I didn't know they were testing insects. And I guess, you know what? I am not afraid to say that I am ignorant. I thought like a little bio lab, they're going to sit there and do samples on blood and find cures for something.
No. I was one of those people who were protesting that lab. And I am aware of its existence. Please look into it. Ask more questions about it. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Hold on. I got questions. Can you answer some of these questions? Okay. Can you at least private message me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll do my own due diligence. That is really scary, though. That is extremely scary.
Really is. Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to tell me nothing. You don't want to say nothing.
No, I can't. Thank you, honey.
Thank you. Love and appreciate you. There's a bio lab here in Boston, Massachusetts on Albany Street, right down the street from a meth rehab, right down the street from the homeless shelter, right down the street from hospital. And I feel some type of way about this. Even more, I'm really feeling some type of way about this. And so does somebody else. Good rising, caller, you're live. Shut your radio off for me, baby. Yep, I'm here.
How you doing? Morning.
Good rising, how are you?
Good rising. How you doing? Happy Black History Month to everybody out there. And I just heard you were like shouting out entrepreneurs and Black-owned businesses.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I wanted to shout out one of my people who actually has 2 businesses going in the same location out in Boston. If you don't mind, I wanted to shout it out real quick.
What do they do? They don't rap or sell T-shirts or anything, right?
Oh, yes, it's a legitimate business. He has a printing company. It's called World Bomb Designs. He does his own designs. He prints T-shirts, banners, signs,
magnetic
just
signs,
say no T-shirts. He does his own artwork if you need it or if you have your own prints or whatever. He also runs his barber shop straight out of that shop too. You know what I'm saying? But he's right on Blue Hill Ave out in Boston. So I figured this would be the perfect time to give him a shout out to because the brother's working hard with it. He's had it for a little while and he's really trying to push. I was just building with him the other day You know what I'm saying? And I bought some shirts off of him, and they actually are like good quality, good stuff. Like he knows what he's doing. I mean, he started like from the bottom up. Like he came from Jamaica, printing the stuff up out of Jamaica, like from scratch, like building the prints from the wood and stretching his own silk and doing all like. The guy knows his stuff. Like he started from the bottom up, and now he got machines and all that stuff that he's working with. But you know, I just figure he does deserve a shout out, you know, and an opportunity to let people know that he's out here in Boston. If you need any printing work and you want to support one of your community members doing his thing, you can hit up Wall Boss Designs Custom Printing. His number is 617-413-7950. You can also hit him at 617-322-9201. He got it's the address is 1282 Blue Hill Ave. It is a small little shop. On the side of the door says Smashington Designs. Well,
I hope it's not a small little shop. He printed T-shirts and cutting hair at the same damn time.
Listen, this is what it is, right? If people like, you know, take this tip that I'm giving them and go support the brother, he could go and open up a bigger shop. I mean, that's just the problem. He has the talent, he has access to the materials, he just needs customers. He needs people to come and support him, and I think he should because he has good quality product. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person I want to support my own, but I'm not gonna support you if your stuff ain't good. Like if you're gonna come to the table, brother,
come hard.
Type of brother to do that. Like I have nothing to gain from it. I just know the brother, and I noticed he was doing this thing. I was listening to you this morning. It was a perfect opportunity to like let people know what time it is, and I think it ought to be known because the brother lives right in Boston. You know, on Blue Hill Ave. I'm not from Boston.
Big up your friend. Big up your friend.
Ranger Smashington. I don't know if anybody knows, but that brother works hard. He got his stuff going, and like, you know, we were building on like, you know, how people need to support each other, and he's right. Like, you know, his business will have a lot easier time developing and blowing up if he has people checking out what he can do. So, you know.
And that's everybody, baby. I do thank you for that. That's all of us. That's every single last one of us. If we sat here and support, I love the way you said community members. I love that. If we sat here and supported more of our community members, again, I go back to the circulation of that dollar. I go back to the supporting what's right. Okay? Support what's right in front of your community, what's right in front of your eyes, what's right down the street, what's right here. We are so quick to run into a big box business and give them all of our money when at the end of the day, they're buying politicians that are completely breaking down your liberties, your freedoms, buying politicians that they don't really care about us. Why not buy into a company that supports the community? Why not buy into a company that's right here in your own backyard, that's struggling? How many times have you drove past the business and it's like new management, and then 6 months later it's like we sell shoes, and then 6 months later it's I got sold, and then 6 months later, I'm just saying, you'll see a business turn over 16 times within 5 years. That's because we don't support each other enough. We see somebody doing good and we think, hey, if you're doing good and I can't do good, well then damn, I ain't supporting you because you ain't supporting me. When is that childish behavior going to stop? When we gonna start supporting one another or everybody and stop supporting the nonsense that's out here? The uckery. When are we gonna stop supporting uckery? Good rising, caller, you're live. I'm well.
I wanted to reflect on the brother that just called. There is a lot of businesses out here, but you have problems. Like I have issues with people that don't want to meet you halfway or meet you somewhere. They're not going after the correct businesses.
Hold on, let me ask you one question. I don't know what you mean by meet me halfway, because when I go to any of these big box businesses whose names I won't mention because they don't pay us, they don't help sponsor us, they don't help take care of us, they're not meeting you halfway because the price is the price. There is no bartering. You can't tell me you're gonna pay a little something less.
I'm not saying drop your prices or whatever the case may be, but meet the demand. If I give you business and I tell you that I need so and so many t-shirts, but you got so many sports teams in the city, if he was on top of his game, he could rack up. If I'm going to pay the same price to you that I'm paying and I'm going to Wayman, I'm going to any other cities or online, then I'm going to get it from you as long as you're up to snuff. If you're not up to snuff, I can't deal with it.
You know what? I recently, one of our guests this week wanted to reschedule. So let's go ahead, because we've come to the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and discuss that. Let's discuss how we can support more community members. I love the way he said that. Let's see how we can support more community members, what it is that community members want out of some of these businesses. And let me go ahead and talk with one of the guests. I believe it's Thursday's guest, and see if there's something that we can move around. And if we can move a few things around, we'll go ahead and discuss how to support community members, how we buy black for Black History Month. We'll go ahead and do that. We can discuss that. But we have come all the way to the top of the hour. You guys know how I feel about you, right? You know I love you. You know I appreciate you. You know I hope you have an awesome day, because I'm sick and tired of us not moving forward with positive vibes, with good vibes. You know, it's all love out here. And once we realize that we are one, that's when we are going to prosper like we have never believed we could. I heard something yesterday that really threw me for a loop, and it supposedly came out, 100 and something years ago, whatever. And it's like, we got to keep them divided. We got to go ahead and divide and conquer. And if the one thing that we can do is stick together and stay together and work together and understand that we are not different. We're not. We are all one and the same. And once we start expressing that love and calling each other brother and sister, and you're not the only one. This ninja word, you're not the only one that needs to get that out your mouth. I too, I'm 100% guilty. I'm 300% guilty. We need to switch our language. How many times have we talked about the importance of language, the importance of etymology, what words mean? That's why I don't say good morning. Remember? Because why are we mourning? What are you mourning of? Huh? Good rising. The sun is rising. You're awake. We are rising. Good rising. We need to pay attention to the words we say, not only to ourselves, but to other people. Not only to other people, but ourselves. You know that self-talk. You're not worth it. Damn, you failed. You could have done better. We're so quick to speak to ourselves so negatively that we don't spend enough time uplifting ourselves. I know it's completely off topic. Shout out to Ade Hassan. Shout out to Nubian Skin, a different kind of nude. I think to have an international company call in 6 a.m., 3 p.m. her time, but still, I very much appreciate it. And one day when she is as big as a Vicky's and she has enough revenue to generate new products and new lines and bring in everything that we want and need, that's going to be a beautiful day. And I can't wait for that day. And we can say that you heard it first on Big City 101.3 FM, Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you have an amazing day, baby. Mwah.
Hey, Sus One, the feature presentation. Listen, make sure you wake up with Tayla Andre Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Big City 101.3 FM. Wake up with the Radio Rebel. Politics, news, conspiracies. Wake up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. This is the type of stuff I'm into, all right? Make sure you tune in. Let's go.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champion dial. Big City 101.3, where we do things very big and bold.
Hallelujah. I didn't forget Okay, hey YouTube, how are you? I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Please go to nubianskin.com. Absolutely love the product. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get some of these products here in Boston. I'm going to reach out to Faith's Naturals Beauty.com. The most amazing. I have nothing in my house except for Faith Naturals product. And I know, Tayla, did she pay you? She certainly does not. I have to pay for all of my products. All of my products? All of my products. But the products are absolutely amazing. My favorite, I have to say, is the black charcoal soap. So my beauty regimen is the black charcoal soap. I wash my body with it. I wash my face with it. She has a cootie cat wash. She has an acne wash. She has freaking everything. And I love her for it. And what I'm most in love with is her rose infused body oil. To die for. So we'll see if we can get some Nubian Skin on her website, see if we can get some Nubian Skin in these stores, so you guys could just run down on Sundays when you need some stockings instead of ordering from an international company and waiting a few days to receive it, because they do have boutiques here in United States that can and will ship it to you. So we'll see what we can do. I just want to continue to be an agent of change and bringing forth information that you guys may not have known about prior to the show, prior to listening. So I do thank you for spending your time with me today and all of the days that we spend time together. Tayla Andre, Tayla Andre, on every and all of your social media sites. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Mwah.